Hey, Figs. Figs is back. Duh, duh, I'm back. Duh, duh, I'm back. People, where have I been? Ask me again, where have I been? In somewhere in space, yeah, with my solo self, my little figurine, my little logo that I've got. I've been up there, bruv, looking down, like searching for this new spot. And here we are. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit me up on all my socials. I've got my man here with me, Rare Hub in the place. Big up Rare Hub. I swear to God, I don't know what I would do with it. What does podcast mean to me? It's a new word. It's a new thing. Like when I was growing up, there was no such thing as a podcast. You listened to the radio or you didn't. I think the best we had of something similar was like if you wanted to pretend that you were anything, you listened to the Archers, and that was just like what you listened to if you thought you was posh. We got podcasts now, so I'm addicted. It's in my blood. It's part of me. There was a little bit of a technical hitch with my producer, and etc. etc. And let me tell you, during that technical hitch, I was sick. I was sick like a crackhead with no crack, baby. Trust me, it was awful. I was even trying to latch on and beg people to use their studio space to do other podcasts with other people that just didn't work out. I know that I'm a solo podcaster. That's a fact. And I'm happy to welcome guests and host guests onto my show. But it really is my thing. It's what I do. It's my baby. And I love it. We're here today, True We're Back, to talk about cheating. Because I actually feel that I could have been cheating. I could have been cheating on this podcast. I was cheating. I did cheat. I went and I sourced another studio. I sourced another microphone. I even tried to get on a co-host. I cheated on Rare Hub. I did. I'm sorry. But I'm back now. And like in the cheating game, like you're always going to get taken back. Yeah, so yeah, they took me back and I'm really, 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 really elated about it all. Trust me. Yeah, we're going to talk about cheating and what it means. What is the meaning of cheating? Now, marriage is a thing where I am not involved in yet. I feel that I found somebody that I want to marry. Let's see how that goes. And I feel that if I married this person, it would be a lifelong commitment that I am making to that person to be with them for the rest of my time. So based on that, in my opinion, marriage is something that should be done later on in life, because then you'll be sure that you have kissed enough frogs to find the frog that you want. Good. You get some people that get married early. My Grenadian gran, you say to her, Mum, blah, blah's getting married, because obviously, I've brought up my grandparents. I call them Mum and Dad. Mum, blah, blah's getting married. She said, hey, I don't buy hat for that wedding, man. They're soon divorced. And that is how her thing was. 2 years, they're divorced. And I used to say to her, oh, don't be like that, Mum. But you know what? There's got to be 1 in 10 of you that have stayed married out of the people that she said would get divorced. Even people that in my mind have been together forever, they're not together anymore. It's really, really strange. Now, we can have it 2 ways. You can say that you're going to be with somebody, you've married that person, you've committed yourself to them. Say you do it at a young age. Say you don't want to be with that person anymore. Say you meet somebody else whilst you're married, that you like more than the person that you're married to. But at that stage, because it's law, you signed the piece of paper, you've gone into a legal agreement, it is your duty of full right to tell them, here what, I've met someone else that I like better than you, like, I'm not sure that me and you can be together anymore. Good. They either accept it or they don't. That's down to them. But at least you've told them what you're telling them, considering that you went through all the trouble to get married. A lot of money gets spent when you get married, A lot of time and money gets spent into this wedding. You should even take it up to go and talk to the people that helped you pay for the wedding, to explain to them that you don't want to be married anymore to whoever you don't want to be married to. Fine, that's a different something. But say you and somebody now just meet, physical attraction, you're together in the sense of you and them are sharing bodily fluids and saliva. Because I think that's the only difference between that and a platonic relationship. Tell me if I'm wrong, yeah? That the intimacy, the sexuality part of it is the only difference between the relationship that I have with my brethren, who's a brer, that I don't have that intimate connection with, to the one that I have with somebody that I call my partner. Good. I go down the road, or my partner goes down the road, and he sees somebody that he likes better than me. These days, it don't even matter if it's the same sex, yeah? It is what it is. You mean to tell me that I've got to stay with you when I've met somebody that I like more than I like you? And if I go with that other person, say me and them just talking now, telephone talking. Say I go out for a drink with them, that's cheating. That's me cheating. Or does it work like I have to sleep with them, or me and them have to be intimate for that to be cheating? How does that actually work? Because you know what? To me, it's all a load of nonsense. None of it's called cheating. All it's called is I've just gone out and met somebody that I like more than you. Do you get me? And I'm going to come and tell you. I might not tell you. What if I don't tell you? Yeah, you can say that I have hidden something from you and not told you, but cheating's a big word. Cheating's a word that I associate with a card game. And you've looked at my cards to see what cards I've got before I lay my next thing down. Or, that's like I say, that's what I associate cheating with. I was brought up in the house with my uncles, all of them, all the time. So when I was brought up with my grandparents, as you guys know, if I haven't explained already, I was brought up with my mum's brothers. One of them was a bit of a gallus, and the other one was cool. But I was always friendly with all of their girlfriends. Do you know what I mean? Whoever came into the house, you just had manners for your elders. You didn't know the connection between the person and the person until I moved to my dad's yard. Now, that is an education in itself, because this is what I learned about men and women. Women are a bit fickle. They're fickle because they think that the person that they are with, they own them. Yeah, you don't own that dick, bruv. That dick ain't yours. It's just your turn. And it's the same for you, bears, when it comes to women. You don't own that pussy. It's just your turn. Do you get that? Good. Because if you put that into perspective, then words like cheating will come out of the equation. Do you get me? So, good. So let's establish that everybody's bodily parts belong to themselves. My breasts don't belong to you. Furthermore to anything, you see, my breasts, they're designed for my children. That's what I discovered after I had children. I didn't have children till I was late, so I didn't discover that late. Before that, you all think that breast is for man to fondle. No, you have to have respect for the boobies, brethren, because they belong to the babies. That is why they fill up a milk as soon as you have the baby, and they're not designed for no guy. Good. So we've established that our body parts belong to each other, to ourselves, not to the person that you are with. Yeah, because there's all this stuff about my man and my girl. Yeah, if we get that mindset out, cheating doesn't come into the equation. Good. So me and you together, we've decided that we're going to see each other on Tuesday. And we decided that we're going to see each other next Tuesday. Then we decided we're going to see each other the following Tuesday. So then you could establish that we're seeing each other. You could go as far as to people live together, yeah, which is a mad one as well, because I had the unprotected sex. I pushed out to you. I got the little council place that the little council gave me my little name on the little rent book. And then I'm going to meet you and you're going to move in. That ain't running. Good. So people do that. And then that's how things get mixed up. That's how things get so intense. That's how people start thinking they own people. Yeah, you're wrong. You don't own nobody. Everybody belongs to themselves. Good. I go out on the road after I saw you last night. And like I said, I'm going to see you again next Tuesday. That's our commitment, because we're not married. Do you get it? And we don't live together. We haven't gone that far. We just said that some people do. Right, good. I go out on the road after I saw you on a Tuesday. I go out on Wednesday. I see somebody else that I think is really good looking. Oh my days, buff. Hold on a minute. First of all, you're going to tell me I shouldn't have even looked at that person with my eye because I was with you last night. No. Because you're going to tell me, oh, me and you are together. Me and you are with each other. But I wasn't with you when I saw this person. I was with you last night, which was Tuesday. And when I saw this person, it was Wednesday. I wasn't with you. But you see, we've got this thing. Me and you are together. I'm with you. You're with me. But what about when you're not with that person on that Wednesday afternoon when you saw this other person that you was really attracted to? What are you supposed to do? I tell you what you're expected to do. You're expected to go, no, I didn't see that person. Don't look, don't look, don't look. Pretend you never saw that person. Pretend you never saw. Pretend you never saw. No, I never saw. You can't do that. Why can't you do that? Because then you're not being true to yourself. You're not going to make yourself happy because you are missing out. Should it be a thing where if you wanted to, you could sit with somebody on Wednesday, have sex with somebody on Tuesday, have sex with somebody on Thursday? No, you're not allowed to do that. Why not? Because if you do, you're a scat, you're a this, you're a that. Why did they invent condoms? They invent condoms so that you can literally do what you want without spreading disease, without breeding. Do you get it? That's why they invent these things, so that you can make yourself happy. Some people want to have sex all the time. Some people want to have sex all the time with different people. It doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them a cheat or a liar just because you're at home bloody waiting for them to come round next Tuesday. That's your thing, what you want to do. And you could be the man or the woman doing that. As far as I'm concerned, you're dumb. Do you get it? You're not well because you're putting off things that you want to do. You're not doing them because of one person that is going to do what for you? At the end of the day, what is this person even doing for you now? Do you get it? And then when that person turns around and says, oh, they've seen somebody that they like more than you, you want to cry. You don't even want to cry. You want to take it out on the youths. You want to take it out on all your friends. That changes your whole life because the person you are with has seen somebody else that they like more than you. And not that they told you, because why should they have to tell you what they're doing and who they saw and what they saw and when because you ain't going to like that news anyway. You've made it quite clear you don't want to hear that news because they're yours, they're mine, this and that, you two are together. So you've made yourself unapproachable from the off. So they ain't going to come and tell you. So when you eventually find out, because these things have a tendency of people finding them out, then you're going to get upset. Oh, come on, bruv. Listen, I know man, that have turned to drugs and alcohol and mashed up their whole life because of women. Pum pum, bruv. Sorry to put it like that, ladies, but bottom line, come on. 7 billion people in the world? You're worried about one? Really? Come on. All right. This is what I put it down to, self-worth. So self-worth starts from within and it starts from a certain place. I don't know if you have to lose all your self-worth to realise that you should have some. Or I'm not sure whether you start in the position where you feel like myself, where you feel like you're the most important person on this whole planet and self-worth will never, ever leave you. And I don't know what else is going to come into play except for self-worth. Because it's all about self, me for me. And so it should be. And it should be for everybody, but some people are not capable. And like I say, it depends where you start. It depends on your foundation. It depends on how you've been brought up. It depends on what's been instilled to you. It depends on what you picked up along the way. I learned from a very early age because I was brought up with my grandparents. So I saw my grandmother being treated away by my granddad, and I always knew that that was never going to be me. So that's how my mindset started with my self-worth. That's how I started instilling things into myself from seeing what I didn't like for other people that I loved. Do you know what I mean? And my granddad had a hard time as well because my gran wasn't an easy woman. She was stubborn. She got to the stage where she never went out because she had bad feet. So obviously when she stood on her feet, they hurt. So she was to spend a lot of time sitting down or lying down, which wasn't very good for my granddad because he seemed like he was a socialite. Now, to me, he was out there while she was at home. That was her choice and that was his choice. Obviously, he's going to meet people of the opposite sex and he ended up having an affair for 32 years. To be honest, I don't blame him. Do you get me? Like, what else was man supposed to do? Like, what else was he supposed to do? Tell me, what else is he supposed to do? Having an affair for 32 years was the only way he was going to smile, was the only way he was going to be happy, was the only way he was going to maintain any self-preservation in order to be able to come home to my gran and uphold the house. You know what I mean? Uphold the keeping of the house. Apparently, that's why men go out there and do stuff like that, because it's to make themselves happy. They're not happy at home. You get that category of men. But to be honest, I know man that are not satisfied unless they've got at least 2 or 3 women on the go at the same time, which I think is fair enough as well. As long as you're promoting safe sex. And I don't even think it's necessary for the people that you're sleeping with to know. Why? Unless you want to tell them. But they think that you should know. And if it makes you feel better to tell them and you think that they're going to be able to accept it and you're still going to be just as happy while they do know, then go on with it. I know a guy, I should bring him on the show actually. He's a family member of mine. He's got about 10 women and they all know about each other. It's a shame there aren't 10 days of the week because he would see them 10 days of the week. There's only 7, so some of them he has to see twice. Do you get me? But everybody's quite happy with the arrangement. And the reason I know for a fact everybody's quite happy with the arrangement is because when there's a party on, they're all there. And I'm picking up the same traits as well. I'll be honest. I've got 4 children, as you guys know. I've got 1 baby father with 1 child and 3 children with another dad. Now, I'll be honest. I've got a man, and when the father of the 3 children want to come and see the children, they come to the yard that I live. And if the man that I am with right now, not right now because we just said that, innit? The man that I am saying that I am sexually active with exclusively, let's put it like that. Yeah, if he's there, and what? What do you want me to do? How's this supposed to work now? I was supposed to tell the father of the children, you can't come in because there's somebody else in the yard. Or I'm supposed to tell him he's got to go because the father, bruv, if you lot all can't mash together and mix together, you come out of the situation that you're in and don't come back to it. Because there's no way my children are not going to see their dad, yeah, just because I'm having my happiness around the corner. Yeah, and we don't live together, by the way, because I didn't do that. Open my foot, have the children, get the council yard, and move in with somebody. I didn't do that one. Yeah, I don't do that. We don't live together. He lives where he lives. He doesn't have a front door to my to the yard. Do you know what I mean? He comes like a guest and a visitor every time, and so he should. So yeah, that's how I know that this family member is honest with all these people because they're all in the same room together. If you've got a certain level of trust and honesty with the person that you are sexually active with, exclusively or not, then there really shouldn't ever be a problem about anything. Seriously, because I've got hella brethrens. 99.9% of them are male. They just are. They have been from school days. They have been like from growing up, from the world. Yeah, I've got people in other countries that are male that we have a platonic relationship with. Nothing sexual going on. Whether there was initially that initial thing of, oh yeah, I like the way you look, you know, that eye candy thing. Because you can talk to people like that when your eye is pleasing to when you look at them. You can have a good relationship with people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I've got hella brethren that are male. So what? I'm sorry for anybody that's going to come into my life now and tell me they don't like that, because, boy, that's tough, isn't it? There's nothing I can do about that, because I am the person that if I'm going to go around and sleep with somebody else, except for sleeping with you, I'm going to tell you. You might not like it, but I'm going to tell you. Hear what? Hear if I tell you afterwards, you're going to say that's cheating. Move, man. What if I didn't have time to tell you before? What if I didn't see you? What if I didn't feel like ringing you and saying to you, blah, 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 rare. What if I couldn't ring you? What if I broke my phone? What if I lost it? And what if all in this moment I'd met this person and then we decided to have a sexual encounter and then I see you again on Thursday and I tell you then, have I cheated on you? Go and behave yourself, man. Trust me. Everyone needs to get over themselves and understand what it is and what it really means to be unfaithful to somebody. Do you know what it would mean to me to be more unfaithful to me? that if you knew in your mind that you didn't like me, like you like this other person, and you had the time to tell me and you didn't tell me, that would bug me. Or if you were my brethren and me and you's parring and I'm dealing with somebody on a sexual level exclusively and you like that person as well and you don't tell me that you like this person that I'm dealing with, I would think that you're being out of order for that. I would call that being unfaithful because you're supposed to tell me, Jed. I would never stop. Me and my brethren are moving together. I'm going out with somebody. My brethren likes that person that I'm dealing with. Have him. I'm not going to stop that happiness for you. Why would I do that? You like him more than I do. Hear what? I've never been cheated on, but I've been in 2 situations, and bruv, I've kissed a lot of frogs, yeah? I've still never been cheated on. I've been in 2 situations. Here's my first situation. I like this guy. I'm telling you, he's properly Chris. He's proper Chris. Dark skin, beautiful, this and that, nice body, blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. He's a friend of a friend of a friend. Good. Everybody knows that I like him. Everybody knows that he likes me. Apparently, he's got a woman. I'm not really bothered about that. That's not my business. That's her business. Apparently, he's got a woman. Good. So, me and him are about to get it on a level. Like, the time is drawing near. We can feel it because you have feelings about these things, yeah? Hear the joke. The man come and knock my door. So I said to him, well, go on, brethren. Me and him chatting, rare, blah, blah. He goes, you know your friend? I goes, which one? He goes, blah, blah. I said, yeah. So he's paused. He didn't say nothing. He looked at me. I was like, what? Because I'm not very good with reading between the lines because I'm such a direct speaker. I expect the same back. But this was a read between the lines thing. Come on, Marsha, clock on. So I was like, oh, don't lie. So he had slept with my friend. Do you know what? Do you know what I could say? I had to spud him and say, thank you for coming to tell me. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. I really couldn't. Listen, she knew I liked him. He knew that she knew I liked him. He ain't going to turn down pum pum when it's on a plate. Oh, come on. I don't blame him. All I could have ever asked is that somebody actually came and told me, which he did. Then after that, it's my choice whether I want to go with him or not, which I didn't, and that's fine. But you see the girl now. So I rang her. I go, so what, go on? She goes, right, Marsh, rare, blah, blah. You know, like we usually chat. I said, what? I said, boy, what's the goss? Nah, she ain't got nothing to tell me. I said, what do you mean? I said, but blah, blah just came round and told me, da. Silence on the phone again. I was like, so what? Wasn't you going to tell me? Well, no, because you liked him. I said, bruv, I never liked him that much to go with him after you've been with him. Who likes anybody that much? Do you get me? Like I said, 7 billion people. Why am I worried about this one man now after you've been with him? That's not my preference to go with him after you've been with him. That's not even sloppy seconds. That's just, I don't want nothing to do with that. Like, I can easily like somebody else, innit? No? But she wasn't going to give me the opportunity to do that. The man did. So I think my perspective on men and cheating isn't as bad as it should be. And I think even if I was sleeping with somebody exclusively and they decided to sleep with somebody else while they were sleeping with me, I don't think it would bother me that much because I already understand the play of what I'm dealing with. We're not married. Furthermore, we don't even live together. Do you know what I mean? Me and you don't even have no use together. How are you cheating on me? How do you even think you're cheating on me? You're not even going to get the opportunity to think like that. You guys, you girls and you guys are giving people too much leverage to think too much big things with your name in it. Do you get me? Because you got people crying, you got people feeling bad, you got people having all sorts of emotions just because they want to sleep with somebody else, have sex with another human being. That isn't you. Come on. There's more to life than other people having sex with other people that isn't you. There's more to life for you to worry about. I'm sure that you got picnic to worry about. I'm sure you got yard to go and hoover and dust and clothes to go and sort out that needs to go charity shop or something. Sit down, worry about man on whose titties he's playing with. when they're not even the person's titties, they're probably the baby's titties, that they don't even realise that either. Nah, bruv, it's all a mess. And everybody needs to get perspective on that mess. And I think people's lives would be so much easier and happier. And there wouldn't be so much stress in the world. Do you know what I mean? You've got men that literally will kill themselves over a woman. And you've got women that will kill themselves over a man. You've got men that will kill the child. You've got women that will kill the child. You've got court cases going on right now where children are suffering because one man has decided to sleep with another woman and another woman has decided to sleep with another man. It's caused so much problem. Nah, Jed, you lot have got it wrong. Everybody's got it wrong. You got people that earn a living of people cheating off them, like those investigators. Yeah, they go round to find out if blah, blah was sleeping with blah, blah, and they pay big money for that. Do you get me? Because it's a thing that you lot have made a thing. How did this thing even start about cheating? It can't have come down to marriage. It can't have come down to marriage because the reason why it can't have come down to marriage is because if you want to go with somebody else, they've invented divorce. Do you get me? So marriage can't have been a thing about it. It's all to do with feelings and words that people put on feelings. And it's gone out of proportion. It's all gone too far. And it controls people's lives. It's not even tangible. You can't even touch an affair. Do you know what I mean? You can't buy an affair. You can't put a price on an affair. What you lot are calling an affair. An affair to me is an event. A place that people go. But this affair now is when marriage, that is to do with marriage. That's when I would put an affair, that word affair, into perspective. Because these two people have made a legal arrangement. Sometimes it's religious and there's all spiritual things involved in it and God or the higher being involved in this arrangement. And then apparently when you've broken the arrangement, it's because you have seen somebody else out there that you like more than this person and you've gone out there and had some form of sexual intimacy with this person. You've either told the person, which I doubt half of you would because you ain't got the bollocks, mainly the person has found out, and then it's called an affair. Boy, that's long, Jed. That's long. Do you know what I mean? All man wants to do is get his end away. All gal want to do is open up their foot and just have a little bit of a nice time to go through all that rigmarole to do that. Right. So this is what they reckon as well. If you don't want to be cheating on people and you want to go around doing what you want, blah, 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 be by yourself. But we all are by ourselves already in the first place. So what does that mean? Like, so this is what it means. Don't commit to somebody. Right. So when you commit to somebody, like half the time, there's no talking going on with this commitment, you know. Nobody really sits down and goes, right, we're together. We started being together on February the 2nd, yeah, at this time, 2:22 in the afternoon. This is when we made this arrangement to be together and solely go with nobody else, not allowed to look at anybody else, not allowed to... When did this happen? Who made that arrangement? What day? No. This is what happened. Two people liked each other. Your vibes off each other. You get on. You share the same interests. You get on a general level. You're sexually attracted to each other. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Where's this thing to say that you're not allowed to look and your eye got to stay straight and you can't look so and you can't look so? Where's the thing that says that in writing that says that? Did you two talk about that? Yeah, and when you're with me, you got with me on February the 1st at 2:22 and you're not allowed to look at nobody else when you're with me. No, you're not allowed. That's why when you go on holiday, bare man wearing sunglasses. Yeah, what's going on behind those sunglasses? Does it make it any different if you don't know? Course not. This is what we got, people. We got humans. We got human nature. Yeah? You got people that look at things that they don't like. So what? Much less when they do like it. Obviously, they're going to look in it. You can't stop them. The one thing you can't stop people to do is tell them where to look. Tell them where to put their eyes. And another thing that you won't be able to do is send that message through their eyes about how they feel about what they see. You can't control that. So I like to have a mature relationship with the person that I'm with, that I'm not with now, but the person that I have sexually sleep with exclusively. Yeah, I like to have a mature relationship. So if I see a good-looking woman, you're not telling me you're not looking at her. We're looking at her together. Do you get me? We're clocking together how big our boobies are, how perky they are, what our bottoms like, what our calves are like, face, I see people from the back, and I'll be like to my, wow, she looks nice. I wonder what she looks like from the front. She'll turn around. She might not be pleasing to my eyes. I might like what I see. We'll share the information together about what we've seen, because how can you expect that man not to look at something beautiful when you're looking as well? All right, then. You've looked and you're thinking to yourself, fucking hell, that girl's pretty. He's going to look as well, innit? And you're going to get vexed with that. It's going to cause an argument. Because I've heard that so many times. Come on, ladies. Come on, gentlemen. People must be able to look where they're looking without you feeling insecure about yourself. They're probably never going to see that person again, ever. But they're not allowed to do it. When I was 15, I had my first boyfriend. I actually had my first boyfriend when I was 14. It's the same person. I lost my virginity to that person. And let me tell you, yeah, that's the most terrible relationship I've ever had in my whole life. Because that's where I learned that from. You're not allowed to look at people, otherwise you're going to get a black eye. You're not allowed to talk about people, otherwise you're going to get a black eye. You're not allowed to mention a next man's name, otherwise you're going to get a black eye. If you're living like that now, I was 15, remember, big ass woman now, times 15 by however many. If you're living like that now, you need to come out. You need to come out. You just need to get out. That thing that you're in is not an illness or a disease. It's not involuntary. You have a choice. And it's not the right way to live. Because they're your eyes and you should be able to look where you want to look. It's your mouth. You should be able to say what you want to say without somebody punching you up in it. Because that's another story which leads to all this thing. What is the meaning of cheating? Look how cheating can lead to domestic violence. Look how cheating can lead to people losing their lives. Children's lives being damaged just because of this one word cheating and how we've got it out of perspective. It's wrong. We need to change that mindset. And it's not a black thing. It's not even a community thing. It's a worldwide thing. Do you get me? You get certain countries that women have to be covered from head to foot so that another man doesn't look at them. The only way they can unveil themselves is when they're in the comfort of their own home with that man that has said whatever they have to do, and all governed by a religion. Come on. I went to Egypt. I was there for 22 nights, and we were on a resort. We were on a resort that no other European people came on for the whole 22 nights that I was there. All the people that were there were Egyptian people coming from other places, Cairo, mainly Cairo, for their holiday. I was running around in my bikini. They was running around in their things. And we were in unity, yeah? Because it wasn't about what I was wearing. It was about how I am as a person, how I carry myself, how I want to demonstrate to them. I'm not really business about anything to do with that. Here we are, people to people. I was reading a book. I was reading a Martina Cole book, and one of the ladies, she said to me, she's got her hijab on and everything, yeah, because that's how they roll. She said to me, "What's that book you're reading?" I said, No, not for you. She said, "Why?" I said, "Nah." I said, "Your husband won't like me if I give you this book." I had to give her the book in secret, Jed. But she took the book because all she showed me is that she's human. Regardless of what she's wearing, regardless of what religion she's following, and regardless of what her husband said, she wanted to read the book I was reading because she said, my head's in the book every day, even though I'm running around in my bikini, this, that, and the other, rare. She still wanted to read the book. These things show me humans are humans. Do you get me? People are people, no matter where in the world you come from. Good. So based on that, yeah, this cheating thing, we need to revise it. We need to revise the word. We need to revise what it means. Yeah, we just need to do that because it's mashing up people's lives. So I was brought up in the house with my uncle. So like I said, in my grand and granddad's house, I was brought up with my two uncles, and one of them was a bit of a gallus in the sense of he liked women a lot, different variety of women. And the other one, probably a bit more lazy, because that's what it comes down to. And a bit more boring restricted in his mindset with regard to that kind of thing. Wasn't so much into it. Then I moved to my dad's. When I moved to my dad's, you got my dad with his 8 baby mothers. Yeah, you've got uncle. You got all my uncles after that. So there's 5 of them in the pad. Listen, you know how many times you have to open the door. You know how many different faces you're seeing. You know how many times you're going to check people in the morning, and how many times you're seeing different women in the room. You can't even say hello, blah blah, in case you get the name wrong. You better just stick to a generic hello. Do you get me? Because you know you're going to be offending people. Do you know what they used to do? They used to get me to go and answer the door. So they got a woman in one bed, the door's knocking. Marsh! Yes, uncle? Answer the door, tell her I'm not in. Okay. Right, yeah. Is blah blah there? No, they're not in. I can see their car. They're not in. So apparently I was the scary one. Like, if I tell you they're not in, they would believe me. I don't even see myself like that, but that's how I was used, yeah. To basically stop fights. That's all there would have been. Do you know what I mean? Arms out. One of the times, one of my uncles was in the shower. He got out of the shower to get dressed to go out. He opened up his drawers. There's no clothes in the drawers. All the clothes, every underpants, every shirt, every socks, every vest, gone. Because the woman came and took all the clothes so that he couldn't go out and see any more women. That was her decision. That's what she decided that she was going to do. How many tyres have been slashed, bruv, because of this word cheating? Do you get me? How many men can mash up because of the word cheating? I watched the film last night. The woman was on the phone to the wifey was on the phone to the matey. So they're talking. The wifey gets off the phone. She goes to chat to the husband and say to him, I just had matey on the phone ringing up. Because you know the word matey, that is it, yeah? Matey, that is, they used to have a bubble bath called matey. Yeah, that's a different story. This matey now come from Jamaica. This matey is the other woman. And she and the wife are usually friends. Because what other way can it run, brethren? The Yardies have got it on lock. They say, oh, them damn Jamaican and them, they love woman too much. They got it on lock because matey knows about wifey. Wifey knows about matey. There ain't a thing. Do you get me? There's no thing. Everybody understands that the man has got more energy than one woman can take. So therefore, that's how it runs. Anyway, last night on the film, matey... wifey got off the phone to matey. She's gone to talk to the husband. He literally convinced her with a kiss and a cuddle and a few, oh, come on, baby, don't be like that. Oh, come on, baby, don't be like that. Before you knew it, they were having sex and everything was fine. Right, the next time wifey phoned, he's in the car with matey. Matey's giving him head, yeah, while he's talking to wifey on the telephone. Man's living his best life. Wifey's happy. She's got everything she needs in the yard. Although she doesn't know. She's got a little inkling. She doesn't know. And you know what? Half the time with you women, yeah, you don't know exactly what's going on. Because you know how your fella stays. But you know what? You like bits, innit? Yeah, you like the shopping. You like the money coming in. You like the this, you like the that. You ain't going out there looking about going to get no next man, is it? No. You're happy with the one you got. Better the devil you know, they say. In them words there, even though you know your man is, or the man that you are with and sleeping with exclusively, and you might have some children for him, you know that you can't satisfy him. So he has some other women out there that satisfy him. And every night time, he pushes the key that you got the little council flat for, pushes the key in the door. You're grateful for him to come home. Lack of self-worth, I'd call that, on a serious level. Because you could be doing the same thing. But we've got all these labels, innit? If you do it, you're a scat, you're a slag, this and that, rare, rare. Even though your sex could be just as protected as his. Do you know what I mean? You could be doing your pelvic floor exercises. Your thing could be tight. You could have all 3-4 man, your thing could be tight. But apparently that's frowned upon. I'll tell you what, though. I'll be honest. Depending on the person you are, you'd feel so much better if you were pleasing yourself. Just as much as you see everybody else pleasing themselves and got your head out of what is the meaning of cheating. Do you get me? Get your head out of it. Yeah, so we need to revise that word. We need to have a little change of mindset. We need to instill ourselves with self-worth. And within our community, within our communities and beyond, yeah, cheating will not be mashing up the world. It's ridiculous, honestly. It really, really is. I don't know how long I've been talking for. I think it's quite a while. I'm not actually bothered because obviously I've always got a lot to say. There's nothing ever going to stop that. We've already decided. I've had a little briefing this morning because, as I said to you before, I have missed being here. I've missed sharing with you. I've missed this therapy. Literally talking therapy. We spoke about that today. Yeah, I've missed it, and I'm really, really glad to be back. And I'm really glad to be spreading my message about living in the meantime, because that is what this is about. Living in the meantime, doing what you need to do instead of worrying about what you can't control. Do you know what I mean? What you can't manage. You can't manage if the person that you are sleeping with exclusively, that has the key to the council flat that the government gave you, is out there sleeping with other women. You can't control that. This is what you can control. You keep your little self nice. Make sure your yard nice. Make sure you look after your little youth them. You never know, you might go out on the road and meet somebody that you like better than him. Then what? It's all good. But if your head's down and you're worrying about what other people are doing, and you could be man or woman actually, worrying about what other people are doing and your head's down, you ain't going to see what's in front of you. Do you get me? You are not going to see other opportunities that could be on the horizon that could make you a much happier person because your head's down. So lift up your head, brethren, yeah? Lift up your head. Have a look. Have a look around. Don't be one-dimensional, because whatever's making you unhappy isn't being one-dimensional. They're making themselves happy. They're pleasing themselves. Please yourself daily. Yeah, because as the days are going past that you're not pleasing yourself, those days are gone past and you haven't pleased yourself. You spent all those days unhappy and unpleased and looking about other people's happiness and other people's being pleasing other people. Allow that. Look about yourself. Everybody look about on yourself. You get me? Be true to yourself and hold it up. Word. Peace out.